All right, so in this video, we have a brand new pair of New Balance sneakers that just released, and I'm super stoked about because this is one of my favorite models from New Balance pretty much to date. We have two previous versions of this model right here, the 1080 V10, the 1080 V11, and now we have the New Balance Fresh Foam 1080 V12 that just released. And I went with a crazy colorway. I went with the same colorway, kept that same energy for the third version of one of my favorites again. So here we have it, 1080 V12. Let's go ahead and get into the review of these guys from a casual perspective and then give you kind of a side-by-side of the other two. Show you guys at least a couple of the key differences that I noticed straight out the box. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Hey, what is going on, guys? Hess here. Hopefully you're having a good day out there. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. And if you guys are new to my channel and you guys enjoy sneaker content, please consider subscribing. Also, if you guys want to buy a pair of the 1080 V12s, check the link in the description. It will take you over to New Balance's site. When you guys use my link, it does give me a little bit of a kickback, and it also lets New Balance know that you guys mess with the channel, which is much appreciated when you guys do that. Straight out of the box, though, this one looks very familiar, but also very different from the previous two models. Obviously, the biggest change up is the heel cup. They went with more of a traditional look on this version versus the other two versions that had that like a little heel cup thing back here. Before we get too deep into a review, though, I want to give you guys some words from what New Balance says officially about the product. This is, again, the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 V12. That's version 12. And they do have regular as well as wide and extra wide versions of this product. I actually got the wide version, which honestly, I probably could have got away with the standard. The wide is actually pretty darn wide, but definitely like the fact that they have different widths, which is excellent. These run $160, and I would say they do fit true to size. I got my 9.5, happy with that. It says if we only made one running shoe, that would be the 1080. What makes the 1080 unique isn't just that it's the best running shoe that we make, it's also most versatile. The 1080 delivers top-of-the-line performance to every kind of runner, whether you're training for world-class competitions or catching a rush hour train. The Fresh Foam X 1080 V12 represents a consistent progression of the model's signature qualities. The smooth transitions of the pinnacle underfoot cushioning experience are fine-tuned with updated midsole mapping, which applies more foam to wider areas of the midsole and increases flexibility at the narrower points. The ultra-modern outlook is also reflected in the 1080's upper construction. The V12 offers a supportive second skin style with an engineered Hypoknit upper for a more streamlined overall design. Also, these meet New Balance's Greenleaf standard. The upper is made of 50% or more recycled content, at least one midsole outsole material contains a minimum of 3% bio-based or 5% recycled content. So I like that they have some sort of green aspect to the shoe. 3 and 5% is not very much, but I like that they're starting to outreach a little bit more and do some of those type of things. Now, as I mentioned, they went away with some of the standard features from the previous two models, and that is the Ultra Heel on the back here. I actually really like the Ultra Heel on the previous two models. But this one doesn't bother me that they changed it and made it more, I guess, mainstream. The reason why I like the Ultra Heel previously is just because I really like the scoop back on the Ultra Heel. It was really easy to get on, but I understand that there were some runners that had a heel slippage because of that. I didn't have that problem, but I don't use them for running. I use them for walking. And I've worn my 1080 V10s to like Hawaii, Vegas, like Disney World. It's definitely one of the most well-traveled pairs of sneakers and one of the vacation sneakers that I highly recommend. And I'll be doing an updated vacation sneaker video for 2022, and this one will definitely be in probably the top 3, just throwing that out there from my overall experience so far. So as you look at the shoe, the knit material is definitely different. They changed it up quite a bit from the previous year. I like the fact that they made the new version a little bit more green, but it doesn't take away from the stretchiness of the upper. Like your toes can flex pretty easily inside of the 1080 V12s. And also there's these little divots in the middle, and it's actually like a really fine like micro mesh underneath there that's pretty stretchy as well, but it looks pretty cool. I like the overall change up there. As you work your way back through the sides of the shoes, another thing that they changed up quite a bit is the overall designs, the weird designs that they had on the 1080 V10s and then the 11s as well. They kind of went away with that and kind of made it just mesh together a little bit easier, so it's not as like just weird looking, I guess. It's not like it was bad before on either of the other two models, but I just didn't really understand the overall design. And this, it definitely has more of like a streamlined sort of feel because it doesn't have these little odd shapes all over the place. It's just kind of a little bit of the gray knit, and then you have some of the black knit. Similar to the 11s, they have the silhouette of the New Balance logo here on the sides of the shoe. And then you do have like a little mini end right here also. Not sure why they added it there, but you have 2 ends on that side instead of 1. They changed up a couple different elements of the tongue. One, the mesh is actually sticks out and is a little bunched together, which does look and feel a little bit textured. And then also for the logo, it is a Fresh Foam X 1080 logo with the New Balance up on the side now, and also it is rubberized. The previous version, it was like fused material. This one is actually rubberized. You do have fused on material for the eyelets, for the laces, and then also some thicker like plastic fused material up for the top lace holes. And then as you get back to the heel cup of the shoe, you can see there's some rubberized material on each side of the heel cup, so that gives it a little bit of structure right there, adds a little bit of support to the shoe also. There's significantly more padding in the collar of the 1080 V12s than the previous 2 models, and again, that's because they kind of went away from that ultra fit and have that traditional padding for the 1080 V12. If you like that traditional look and feel, then this is going to be a home run for you guys. Personally, I really like the other 2 models, but this one doesn't bother me at all. Like, it kind of just reminds me of the Vongos and some of the other models on the market. As for the Fresh Foam X midsole, it's just as good as the previous 2 models in my opinion. And if you've never tried Fresh Foam X, it's definitely one of those things I think you should give a try. It's kind of like Adidas Ultra Boost in a sense where it's like soft and squishy sort of on feet. The difference is this is more like pillowy, soft versus like the Ultra Boost that has like more responsive like bounce back. There's not as much bounce back for the Fresh Foam X. It's supposed to be like a softer like cushioning system for your feet, and it really delivers on that note. However, if you're looking for something more responsive but also very squishy, like very much squish and then give back, that's New Balance Fuel Cell for you. If you never tried their products, link in the description and over to New Balance's site. I highly recommend the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V2. The V3 should be coming out soon too, but those ones are only $130 though, and the price point for the comfort and squishy feel of those is pretty much ridiculous. These have a really nice stack of foam though, very comfortable, very squishy, great on feet. Like, it has a really nice overall feel for my feet, and as soon as I put these things on, like I know that I'm going to be in a good place. But one thing that they changed up from the previous 2 versions, which I kind of found interesting, they added a little bit of a fork feel to the back, or like a little butt. It's like indented right here for like a little V section. And honestly, I don't notice too much of a difference from the previous 2 pairs, but it's something noticeable when you look at it. For the overall traction pattern on the bottom of the shoe, they actually did redo this a little bit as well. It's actually a little bit of a bigger tread than on the previous version. There's a lot more like smaller dots and stuff that fill up the outsole versus this one. It's a lot larger, but the placement overall looks fairly similar. It's just a little bit different the way that they added the rubber structures in the bottom and the size of them and everything. Overall, I haven't had a problem with the outsole in the previous 2 versions. It's just something that I've actually really enjoyed, just the overall experience on feet. So it doesn't look like they went too far in a different direction on either the midsole or the outsole. It feels very, very similar once you put them on feet. Again, the biggest culture shock to people is going to be that heel in the back, and some people are going to absolutely love the change. Other people like myself, I really like the Ultra Heel on the previous 2 models. I personally would have kept it there just because, again, I'm a big fan of what they were delivering previously. It was easy to get on your feet, easy to slip on, and just go. And you know, I'm not mad at the change, but I definitely like the previous versions as well. But overall, if you've never tried the 1080 line from New Balance, I feel like you're missing out, especially if you like comfortable, soft, like pillowy sneakers. I feel like this is one that can be a daily shoe that you can wear pretty much anywhere. It's soft, it's comfortable, and I mean, overall, this is like, again, top vacation style sneaker right here because it's so incredibly good. One other thing about this one, and maybe it's because I got the wide version, and maybe I didn't get the wide versions on the other ones, but it does seem a bit wider, especially on the base right down here. It actually seems like it angles downward in the front, in the forefoot section of the shoe, giving you an incredibly wide foot base on the bottom of the shoe. And it's really a pretty wide foot friendly shoe in general. But again, they have the wide and the extra wide versions for those people that need that extra. Like, it's definitely something to look at and consider. Again, $160 is the price point on these if you guys are interested. Link in the description. The previous version, I believe, is $150, so I'll throw that down there in the description as well if you're interested in the previous one. The previous version usually goes on sale quite a bit after the new version comes out, but I'd say that this is a really solid new version, and it's everything I would expect from the 1080 V12. It's a little bit different. It's not so different that it feels foreign to me. Like, I like that fact that it's somewhat consistent, and I have the 10s, 11s, and the 12s, and they all feel incredibly good on feet. So definitely highly recommend the product. Think it's really, really solid. And if you've ever tried the 1080 V10, 11, or 12, and you guys really like the product or don't like the product, whatever your feedback is, please leave a comment in the comment section and let other people know, because I really want to see if you guys actually watch some of my videos, try them out, and if I'm actually telling you guys the truth or not, if it's something that you guys really like or not. Because personally, again, it's just one of those shoes that I've like been on. As soon as I found out about this model from the 10s, it's been crazy from that point on. And I really like the Fresh Foam X line as well. They do have some trail shoes that I've reviewed that are excellent as well, that have Gore-Tex on the upper. But this is just one of my favorite shoes that I'm going to be wearing all spring and summer long. Next vacation plan, these are definitely going to be coming with me. But leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about the 1080 V12s. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. Again, if you want to buy a pair, link in the description. Hopefully you guys have a good day out there, and if you guys did like the video, please drop a like. It means a lot if you guys do that. Anyways, maybe we'll see you back here for some more videos very soon. All right, peace guys.